they've been impressive so far. I think they both deserve a spot into the next round, but obviously only one.
Also, while we're waiting for Amber to take a small break from that exciting match, that 13-11 deuce. Let's see. So we have Ponpoko here. What do you think about Ponpoko so far in this tournament?
Yeah, Japanese stacking definitely kind of is up. You know, Japanese have, especially with SRS Plus, I believe, in the Tetra League settings, and you know they can utilize it a lot. They have a lot of funky spins and setups and ways to solve their parries and finishing full sides. It's incredible as well because like that's something that you really can only see in Japanese players. That's something you said like before this match even happened. It's always so scary facing a Japanese player of any Tetris discipline, not just Tetrio. Honestly, they just have that aura around them, you know, and their style of stacking influence from other Japanese games like Puyo Puyo Tetris or the TGM series, which really just the reason why that the entire country of Japan as a whole, their Tetris gameplay has been extremely unique. Yes, Vince. I mean, yeah, you are a different example, Vince. you are a special example, Vince. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm just embarrassing myself at this point because obviously there are also other players as well. What I'm trying to prove is that it's something you see a lot in Japanese players that makes them very scary. Vince HD, on the other hand, he's scary on his own already. He's like someone who can legitimately challenge Diao, and that's something scary already.
Yeah. Actually, I'm actually curious if Diao goes through, which he already does go through, and assuming he goes through it as the winner of the group. Let's see who's he's gonna face. I'm curious.
I think he faces the
winner of B.
Group A. This is Group A already. Which does he face Group A or does he face? Because the bracket is like massive. For those watching at home, it is 64 players divided into 8 groups of 8, and every single group is a double elimination bracket. The top 2 moves on into a top 16. So you can go to worlds.tetrio.bracket/brackets.
Playoffs a single elim, and if Diao goes through, I think Diao will face Vince in semis.
Yeah, you can.
If both of them goes through all the way there.
Yep, and you can in the chat, exclamation brackets to show the latest brackets live updated, I believe, and to see the sheer size of the bracket which I was mentioning.
All right, warm-ups for Ponpoko versus Amber. Winner moves on to the losers finals, where you have the chance to get a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, it is the lower bracket anyway, so it's win or you go home. Just warm-ups coming out here. Let's see if the. I mean, now, especially after Yida versus Amber, I mean, warm-ups are just like it just feels a lot more important now because it really isn't a great way to see if the players are really tight match, and maybe it is an early sign to say that, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a great ride. Not a lot going on here. Amber still playing as normal. And I mean, it's interesting.
I don't think. Oh, it's that normal. Okay.
Yeah, he did have a good soft there, not enough though. But I mean, one point I think we mentioned earlier during the games is the players' endurance. Obviously, it's still best of 1 sets at this point of the competition, but considering the players have played quite a decent amount of Tetra already today, and I mean, now that they have to face pretty much players closer to their skill range, does that really, exhaust you?
Oh, you're asking me if I'm exhausted and giving commentary for these guys?
It's exhausting, but it's fun. At least for commentators only. For the players, it's a lot more stressing, I believe.
Yeah, for the players. For us, it's entertainment, I would say.
Yeah, especially for Amber as well, who is fresh off 2 deuces as well, 1-1 lost 1. So this might be, a lot on him, but let's see if he can keep that momentum up, keep that going on as well. Really hope so. And Ponpoko see if they can bring on a great performance as we get this game underway. It's Ponpoko against Anberdoodle, lower semifinals. Oof, Ponpoko on a 24. That's going to be tough. That is very tough. On that misdrop as well, Amber building a bit of a mountain in the middle, which is never going to be ideal, especially in this level of play. And already an early lead for Ponpoko.
Ponpoko right now is doing some nice stacking. He's back-to-back 3. Destroys that back-to-back with triple, but has to find a down stack. There's a nice down stack there, but with that misdrop of it, JP is going to be tough. And it is indeed as Amber takes his first round.
Yeah. Kind of 1-1. It's pretty much just the same gameplay we've seen from these two players so far. As Amber having, a bit of more like opening advantage to like a bit more comfortable with opening setups. Ponpoko having that crazy stacking skills during the mid game.
TeamTSD.
That aggression from
given that there's no T, will be denied, and that's gonna destroy the board. State Amber takes it.
Oh yeah, Ponpoko. I think that's over aggression right there. Just trying to go for a bit of a T-spin setup right there, not being able to find a T, and then just kind of stalled out, looking for the best ideal setup. Didn't find any, just topped out in the end. Amber was able to capitalize on that.
24 from Amber.
Oof. Still living through it now. Amber has some cheese, which will be tough.
Seems like they are stacking just fine right now. Both sides have some cheese, but still working just fine. Bottom.
Yeah, Amber does have a bit of a board situation. A couple of drops, a couple of cheese on his board as well. A bit of problems to solve, but I don't think that will be much of a problem, as we see evidently here. They're just garbage trading, honestly. Not a lot going on, just some very efficient Tetris going on. Both players just biding their time, just looking for the perfect moment to strike. Hit that landing blow.
$18 from Ponpoko, not enough.
Just spending a lot of pressure though. Now this is going to be tough for Amber. It does have a clean well in the middle, which will work out for them.
For Amber. 12 more, and that's gonna be enough. 3-1 in favor of Amber.
Yeah, but I mean, it did talk about Poco's stacking ability, but that was... It just fell a little bit short right there. No, not the best of parries on the left side. Can't fill that out. And there's a...
Very nice, very nice, very nice! 30
No
spike.
way! No. No way. It was not supposed to be that. That was not supposed to happen. That 30. Wow. I was about to say, it's still a close match, but I mean, that 30, that kind of set the tone right there.
Yeah, Amber going pretty fast, with Ponpoko going a bit faster. Amber being more efficient, however, with 200 APM right now for over almost 30 seconds.
Oh boy, does he stay alive?
He's staying alive, he finds the right pieces. They're still able to go down.
That is an incredible solve. Does sacrifice a bit on the right side, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, except for the fact that they're still living.
Ponpoko trying to cancel some garbage. It's going to send some instead. Not waiting anymore. And Amber is up pretty high on the board, trying to find a way to downstack. Is able to downstack, has access to a lot of clean. It's gonna send back that clean right back to Ponpoko.
Now this is just garbage trading right here. It's about who's able to keep their board state better. Honestly, it's not.
And it's the classic I, isn't it? I flat from Amber.
It's not really about the board height as well, because these two players, I think they can just take garbage rather easily. It's just, keeping your board in shape and making sure it's not in a bad position, and then your opponent's going to be able to capitalize on that.
Both sides are doing just fine. Oh, not so fine anymore now. Ponpoko is up. Yeah. There we go.
No, the right when you say it. That's a curse. I'll count that. That's
Okay.
5-1 for Amber, and bit of a breakaway already from Amber. Still staying hot from those two deuces as well. Now spams the DPC, not going to be able to get the second. Ponpoko with an interesting setup. Like, that's a well. Oh, that's Amber. That will work out for Ponpoko. I was saying he had a quad well made of blocks he upstacked himself. So pretty much he just donated that. Well, I don't know how you can call that. It's like
triple. Okay. It's the Wild West again. Who's gonna fire first? First to fire. First to fire.
Stare down.
Stare down. Stare down.
Go
first
on.
to fire. Let's go. Who's gonna
Place
fire
your-
first in this
Place your
moment?
bets, chat. It's Amber.
Amber's gonna fire first, and Ponpoko's gonna cancel that right away. Good stall. Not a good stall. Well, I don't know if it's good or bad. Well, it's mental game. Whatever.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing for both players. It's a great thing for us to watch as well. I mean, it's just biding their time.
Both sides are doing just fine.
We love to see it, honestly. Both players just respecting each other and just waiting, because they know maybe if I go first, bad things are gonna happen because my opponent is good.
Yeah, it's the counter spike scaring them out, I think.
Really, like on one side you can say they're just being scared of counter spike, but I mean that's just respect right there, waiting for each other,
Yeah.
just knowing that your opponent is good.
Amber is amazing down stack. It's 18 spike.
For a 19 as well. Ponpoko also solved a bit of
up pretty
cheese.
high. Is able to go down, and yeah, Amber not as soon as 5 that 3-5.
Amber not able to find a T-spin setup. I'll make it 5-3 here. Here comes the stick spin. Or rather, I think. Oh, here we go again.
And here we go again. Stick spin or TSD. Which one will fire first? And
we
while
love to see it.
Yeah, we love to see it. And while we're waiting, we have a duel between Caboose and Tatos.
I mean, that's exactly. Everything's happening. Oh, there's a 19.
And there's a misdrop from Ponpoko. And he's still surviving. He's still surviving.
Oh my god, action firing left, right, and center as well. But I mean, yeah, just to go off topic a little bit. I mean, I said about group A.
Yeah, I'll go off
matchups
topic again
already.
if they're going to the Wild West again.
I mean, yeah, probably that's gonna happen again. What I was saying, I mean, a bit about Group
And
H.
we're waiting,
You can watch that on Puzzle Kingdom. But I mean, yeah, Caboose and Tatos, that's the matchup everyone's been talking about.
Wuso at 11-10. Anyways, Ponpoko is stacking pretty well. Sheesh. This commentator curse is like... okay, I'm not sure how to handle it, to be honest.
Just live with it. It's a commentator's thing. Something out of our control, I believe. I mean, they still win at the end, so that's good. That's good. So it's 4-6 already. Exclamation multi. You'll be able to the bot command will send you a Twitch link with all 3 of our streams running at the moment, including this match, all the quadstream match, and the Caboose versus Tatos match at the same time. Lots of things
Tatos
happening.
are now tied at 11. Amber stacking Fractal. There we go. Waiting for it. Oh my god.
Oh no, that's
That is a pain to watch for any player, really.
no way. Oh no. I mean, that's just gutted right there.
triple double.
Now Ponpoko.
Yeah, Ponpoko misdrops. Caboose leads 12-11. Anberdoodle leads 7-5.
I mean, at this point, we talked about endurance already. Maybe, you know, the fatigue starts to kick in, and then you make some of those mistakes a lot more.
15 spike from Ponpoko. Some few more lines. Anber finds eyepiece just in time, though.
Still relatively good from these two players. Probably it's just about not making mistakes at this point, because not being overly aggressive, not doing silly misdrops. I think that's like the core point, the core key to victory for these two here for the next points or so.
Anber's still surviving, and Ponpoko is at the bottom of the board.
But I mean, all of those mistakes aside, these two players still doing very well, able to defend garbage very well, able to utilize their attacking setups very well, especially from clean garbage, and even with cheese as well. I don't think any players specifically really struggle with cheese garbage, which usually is a big problem for anyone, even for the best players.
And we're going down now. Has a lot of clean garbage. And we're all the way up to the top. Oh, nah, that sucks.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying as well. You know, try and keep your board in a good shape as well, and then just a slight moment of getting your board a bit too high to your liking, and then your opponent capitalizes on it, and you lose another game. Getting on the Ponpoko, bit of pressure still, being able to fend that off. Oh,
yeah.
24 for Ponpoko.
24 for Ponpoko indeed, and we just got a notification in game that Capuso 13-11 Tatos and has made it to the top 16.
Lots of action happening right here.
Yeah, lots
back
of
to
action
7
happening.
all. It's just the first to fall now here with Ponpoko and Anberdoodle.
Anyways, Anber right now stacking with a T-spin, waiting for the right pieces. Ponpoko has 2 T-spins set up. Anber cancels all of that.
I mean, it's kind of deja vu, really, the Yida versus Anber game. Anber is just, you know, going the distance here on every single game he's been playing. You really have to start wondering.
Whoa. Ponpoko takes it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, though, you really have to wonder if the fatigue really is kicking in Anber. I mean, 2 deuces, and now you're going the distance as well this game. And I mean, I would not be surprised if this also goes to overtime, but I mean, that would be such a big stress for Anber to take, you know, going through so long. Do you really still have that gas in the tank?
Anber, oh wait, Ponpoko takes it 9-7 now. If Anber goes through another overtime, this will be their 3rd overtime today.
Yes. In a row, I think.
In a row, yes.
That's still happening. They're still doing well, though. At least the best of their gameplay. Still trying to hold on to it. Especially in such an important game, like an elimination game like this.
Ponpoko with back-to-back 4. Make that 5. It's gonna destroy it with down stack, and this will be 25 from Ponpoko. And we're still surviving.
We're still surviving. That's the back-to-back we see. And yeah, these two players, I don't think, their tendency for the backs not as much as, you know, the previous game we saw.
Ponpoko has 3 lines of cheese, though. Anber also has some cheese as well.
Ponpoko does have a lot more, in my opinion. That will hinder them a little bit much more, but now that they're down, probably in a better, favorable position than Anber here.
Seems like... Oh, nah. You're not waiting for that one. There's nothing to attack there.
Yeah, it's just time. He's just biding the time. Now that these two players, I think,
Amber
going the
10 spike,
distance.
Ponpoko 9.
Yeah, now that these two players, honestly going the distance already, they know each other. Now that they have a clear understanding of what their opponent is capable of, they're really, adjusting their game style to match into what they believe would win them the game. Amber. Oh no, he doesn't have a solve. Nah.
And Amber's on up. No, Ponpoko is on upset point here.
Yeah, it just kind of. Ponpoko kind of break away in the end here. Not off to the great start, but find that rhythm. And now on 3, that's supposed to send him to the loser semis. Amber on a spam. Not going to be able to finish Ponpoko though.
Amber right now stacking pretty well. Nice down stack. Ponpoko has a lot of green garbage to work with.
Amber's a bit high though, to my liking.
Yeah,
nah,
he's gonna be done. 11-7.
Tough luck
Ponpoko takes it, and it's an upset. Way too many overtimes for Amber.
Yeah, just tough luck for Amber. He did really well, had a good run as well. Lots of great defensive play and a lot of great endurance as well. Would only imagine if he went a little bit further, we'll still have that ability to go ahead and play more games and advance further into the bracket. But sadly, this will be goodbye to Amber on that 7-11 loss. But I mean, he did well. I mean, first player on a stream and then showed us quite some great skills and did everything that he could. And I think they played to their best right there, exactly to what we expect from a player of such caliber like Anberdoodle, which obviously you know, and now that I've watched him play, we all know.